Hey friends, it's Robin. Welcome to a new reading vlog. This is a very spur of the moment reading vlog. I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what? We're going to make this vlog. So this is going to be a 72-hour reading vlog. Essentially, I have off for the next 3 days leading up to Thanksgiving. So today is Monday, November 20th, and I have a whole ton of Thanksgiving novellas downloaded either to my Kindle or my Scribd or by Hoopla. And I thought, why not film a very short 72-hour vlog where I try to get through as many of these as possible? So that's what we're going to do. I thought this would be fun since I ended up scrapping all of my seasonal vlogs in October since I didn't read in October. Granted, that has kind of carried over into November. It is the 20th, and I have completed 5 books. So it's now going great. They're all really short. I have I have one of these on audio, I should say, but they're all super duper short, and I can probably sit down and read them in a sitting. So hopefully we can get through a whole bunch of these and pad my November reading a little bit so that it doesn't end up with me reading a handful of books. I'm going to quickly go through all of the books that I have downloaded. There's quite a few. There's 3, 6, I think I have 8 of them, which is crazy. I don't know how I ended up with 8 holiday novellas, Thanksgiving novellas. I blame Heather from AUDIOBooktubes because she, I think, shared pretty much all of these with me. First is the 3 books in the Phoenix family series. I actually have it up this time so that I can tell you the order of them because every single time I'm like, I don't remember which one's which. So No Thank You is book 1, which is Alexandra Warren's. I've read a lot of Alexandra Warren's holiday novellas, so I'm excited to get another one from her. Book 2 is Thank You Next by Nicole Falls, who I don't know if I've read from before. However, I think I have 2 of her books saved to my Kindle TBR list. It's all the ebooks that I save to a list so that when I am making TBRs or things like that, either for vlogs or for my month or whatever, I go to this list and I skim through it so that I don't forget about some of these. I think I have 2 Nicole Falls books on there that I just haven't gotten to yet. So I'm excited to check out a new author. And then the last one is Thank Me Later by Christina C. Jones, who I do absolutely adore. I think they're all following the same holiday, just from 3 different POVs. Don't hold me to that though. I've never actually read the synopses. I'm not going to. They're 100 pages a piece. I'm not going to read the synopses of them, but I'm excited for it. Then we're going to read Home for the Holidays by Lee Jaco. I am utterly terrified for this book. This is her Thanksgiving addition to the Hollow Knights series. I love some of these. Some of them aren't my favorite. And this has some tropes that I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to enjoy. It's a step-sibling romance, and his kink is sleeping. There's a name for it. I forgot. Somophilia? Is that right? Something like that. So I don't know. Then the ones that I know for sure I got from Heather are Stuffed by Jessica Gadziala. This author has been on my TBR forever because Heather absolutely loves this author, and she shared that she had 2 Thanksgiving novellas. There's this one, which is 120 pages, and it sounds like it's a brother's best friend romance. And then there's There Better Be Pie, and this one's only 160 pages. So let's see. It sounds like this is a family friend or something like that, and they don't get along. So enemies to lovers, rivals to lovers, something like that. And then the last one is another one that I know that I got from Heather because she shared that this was out on audio over on Hoopla, A Match Made for Thanksgiving by Jackie Lau, who I think has written some trade books, if I'm remembering correctly, and I haven't read any of them yet. But I've heard that this is just a really, really cute, funny rom-com set around the holidays. It's only 100 pages long, so I'm sure the audiobook is maybe an hour. But yeah, this was available on Hoopla. So I'm gonna listen to this one because the sequel is a Second Chance Road Trip for Christmas, and then there's a New Year one and a Valentine's Day one. I'm excited for it. We're gonna binge them all. So those are all of the books that we are going to attempt to read over the next 3 days. I'm gonna kind of take you along with me over these 72 hours as well. I have off. If you have been following me on social media, you know that it's been a crazy fall. It has been a time and a half. My life has been hectic and busy and crazy. I have been doing fertility testing. My best friend got married. I ended up having to work really, really late for an entire week because I had to catch up from all of those things. And now it's the holiday and we host the holiday. And so I needed some time. I was like, I need 3 days to just like live my life. And so today is going to be a filming day. We are going to film 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos. However, 2 of them are vlog intros, so I don't know if that entirely counts. And then 1 is a vlog wrap up. So really more like 4 or 5 videos today. I am doing a 45 minutes to 1 hour cleaning today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Since we do host on Thursday, we'll have like 8 to 9 people here on Thursday, including us. So it's not huge, but I mean, it's enough. And there'll be dogs and it's going to be crazy. I have my infusion tomorrow, which I'm not exactly looking forward to, but it needs to be done. So it's going to be a busy 72 hours, but it's also, I'm hoping, going to be somewhat chill so that I can reset and spend some time doing the things that I need to do, and hopefully just taking some time for myself. Hopefully we can get a lot of reading done. Hopefully we can get a lot of content things done. I am essentially trying to use these 3 days to prep for December. That's kind of the big game plan. So I'm going to be cleaning, decorating as well, because the day after Thanksgiving, I always decorate our house, filming all of these videos because I'm trying to batch film for December so that the only things that I need to film are kind of like the wrap-up-y things. So my recent reads, my resets, things like that, instead of needing to film sit-down videos as well as getting all of the prep stuff ready for my planner lineups and end of the year content or like 2024 content, as well as like sticker kits and things like that, so that as I am getting into the end of the year, I am not feeling overwhelmed. So I'm trying to take these 3 days to put myself into a good spot so that I have a manageable schedule. So I'm going to take you along for all of that while we read. It's going to be a good time. I'm hoping to read at least 2 books today, just because my husband is going to be gone pretty late today. He probably won't even get back until about 9 o'clock, which means that I have the whole night to just do whatever. I will come back to you in a little bit, tell you which book I decide to start with, because I haven't even thought about that yet. So I will see you in a little bit.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes.
Hello. So it is much later. It's 8:15, and I have finished filming. I've eaten some dinner, cleaned. I've done a bunch of stuff. And I finished my first book. So I listened to the audiobook for A Match Made for Thanksgiving by Jackie Lau. And this was really freaking adorable. I'm giving this book 3.5 stars. It was funny and cute, and it was just so damn delightful. Like, it was just a really fun read. It's not, this like massively impactful book on my life or something like that, but I listened to it while I was cleaning and making pancakes and just like hanging out, and I had a really freaking good time. The audiobook wasn't exceptionally well narrated, I will say, but the story itself, freaking delightful. Hi. So editing Robin popping in because at no point did I ever actually talk about what this book was about. So this is following our 2 main characters. Their families are meddling in their love lives. And so our heroine ends up going to the hero's house for Thanksgiving, but as his brother's date. Unbeknownst to anyone else, our 2 main characters actually had like a really great one-night stand the week prior. And so when she shows up at the hero's house, he ends up acting on his attraction and kissing her, and his family ends ends up seeing, and it all kind of comes to light. And he's like, well, since you had to come to my family's Thanksgiving, I'll come to your family's Thanksgiving. And it is their cute little romance. The hero was kind of like a one night stand only person. Hopefully, I don't need to keep popping in and tell you the synopses of these books. Hopefully, Vlogging Robin did a better job, but let's get back to the rest of the vlog. So, book one down. I am currently surrounded by planner things, and I'm having a hard time turning off for the day. So I think I'm gonna force myself to close everything up and go sit down on the couch with my Kindle, because I'm still feeling like I should keep doing things and I know I need to stop. I'm going to tidy up just a tiny little bit here and then wash my face and then go sit downstairs and read my next book. Do I know what that's gonna be? Not yet. Good morning. It is Tuesday. I'm waking up a little bit late. It's already after, it's like 7:15. These bags under my eyes would make you think it's like 4 a.m. My brain isn't working. So we're gonna sit down and fill up my planner. So why don't we do that together, I guess. I have all of my planners out right now. I just had to clean off my desk because it was a whole thing. So I have to pick up the turkey today. This place opens at 8:30. So I'm just gonna write 8:30 right here so that I know that. This is at noon. I do still want to do some filming today, but I think the big thing that I need to do is editing, because I need to get some videos ready to actually post now that I have been filming them. Sorry if you don't care about this part. One of the things with vlogs that I'm always conscious of is whenever other people, like other creators, would talk about vlogs, it was always that like people would complain that there's too much telling and not enough showing. So I'm trying to be better about not just telling you the stuff that I'm doing, but actually like taking you with me, at least via B-roll. I'm gonna put that over here and I'm just gonna use that for editing. I'm just going to grab an edit script. I guess I'll just put it off to the side there, and then I'm just gonna write a little list here. So I'm just gonna grab this. Let's see. I might be seeing a friend today. I don't know if that's still happening or not. Whether or not it is gonna kind of depend on whether or not this next thing gets done. Oh my gosh, I cannot pick up any of these stickers. My desk is such a mess. Okay, because I really need to do some more printing and prepping for my 2024 lineup. So I'm hoping that I can do this today. But again, it's going to kind of depend on if I see her, what we do, all of that kind of stuff. Color, did I use rose gold? I don't think I have. Oh, you know what I can use? I always forget I have these. This is a little paper crown planner icon album, but I have these. I have a printer. I have some silhouettes. I'm going to use the printer. I'm just going to put this printer up here. I need to work on my 2024 setup and then finish printing and cutting some things. So I want to do that. The other thing that I want to do today is I want to read or like finish the 2 books that I'm currently reading for this vlog. So I suppose now is when I can kind of update you on my reading. I think I'm going to take this label, this like orange label. Yesterday, I needed another audiobook, but I didn't have another audiobook on the TBR that I shared. So I ended up re-picking back up You Again. I had started it because I needed an audiobook at some point, and I had to put it on pause for my goal vlog. It's hella fall, according to the cover. And so I started that while I did just like some admin work stuff. I'm like 20% in, I think. I'm enjoying it. I think it's cute. The premise is very adorable. I don't know if I love the characters quite yet, but I am just getting into the meat of the story. So essentially the first 20% or so, however far I am in, is flashbacks of like their meeting. So you get like their initial meeting, and then 3 years later, and then 2 years later, and then I think I'm to the point where we're in the present. So I'm enjoying it so far. It's very cute. And then the other book that I started was Home for the Holidays by Lee Jaco. So I started this one last night as well, and so far I'm actually liking this. I talked about how hesitant I was for this one because it's a step siblings somnophilia. That doesn't seem right. Whatever. But The two of them became step siblings. They were both about to graduate high school and they knew each other before they became step siblings. So they met in high school and kind of had like a crush on each other. And then their parents ended up meeting and getting married. That all happened like when they were 18. They went their separate ways and they literally have not seen each other in the 8 years since that their parents have been married, and their parents are now separating. It's a little less weird for me because they didn't like grow up together, and pretty much the entire time that they were step siblings, they avoided each other because they did have feelings for each other before their parents got married. It makes me less uncomfy. So I'm enjoying it so far. It's really short. I want to say it's like barely 100 pages. So I will read the majority of it during my infusion because it's like 30 straight minutes of me just sitting there by myself at a minimum. So I'll have 30 uninterrupted minutes just to read. I think that's it. I'm sure I'll come up with other things throughout the day. So I'm just gonna move everything back. Hopefully my audio isn't cutting in and out. My microphone's acting out. So I think that's going to be the game plan for today. It's going to be kind of busy. So hopefully I can get some stuff done. I'm probably going to break some of this stuff down a little bit here, figure out what I'm going to do when. I think that's going to be my next game plan. I'll talk to you guys probably when we leave to run errands.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
Set a timer for 45 minutes.
45 minutes, starting now.
Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
Hi. So it is almost 4 o'clock and I changed shirt. This is actually my third shirt for the day because I put on a t-shirt while I was cleaning too because I was like overheating. I wanted to update you because I did get halfway into Home for the Holidays by Lee Jaco and I'm actually really enjoying this. I like how the whole step sibling thing is being addressed because that is always something that I'm a little bit leery about. I have made quite a bit of headway on that. I'm trying to get some stuff in order and get myself a nice running list of things that I need to do for the rest of the year. Just want to compile a list of everything so that I know what needs to be done when. But yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm gonna finish prepping some videos so that I can do my final like batch film tomorrow because I only ended up filming one video today. It's always hard to muster enthusiasm after my infusions and I have a nasty bruise, so that's fun for me. And then probably when I'm done, I will wash my face and take a shower and then sit down and read for the rest of the evening.
Watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. down. So try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Stars, I wanna drive a faster car.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, so happy day before Thanksgiving in my time. I have a bunch of reading updates. I did finish 2 books yesterday, so I ended up finishing Home for the Holidays by Lee Jaco, which I'm giving like a 3.5 star, 4 star, something like that. I liked this one way more than the Labor Day one, which has been my least favorite by far. The steamy scenes were great. Like, I liked their chemistry. I liked their backstory. It was exactly what I want out of this type of book, and so I thought it did a great job. The step sibling thing didn't bother me in this one with the way that it was handled and discussed, and if those tropes were off-putting to you, like they were to me at first, those aren't really the tropes. I don't want to say second chance romance, but it is them finally getting the romance that they didn't get to have because of their parents, and then like acting out certain fantasies. And then I did pick up the first book in the Finest Family series, and this was really good. I also gave this one like a 3.5, 4 star. This was messy as hell, but I had a really good time. Essentially, we're following these 3 cousins, and they grew up together. They're very close. And on Thanksgiving, they play this game about who can bring home the most attractive woman. The hero is really falling hard for the person that he's currently seeing, except that it is currently a friends with benefits type of thing, and he really wants it to be more. The caveat being that the woman that he is seeing used to date his uncle. And it sounds extra weird at first, but she is like 4 years older than our hero, and there was like a big age gap between her and the uncle. She does not want to go back to Thanksgiving with him. She was like, it's going to be too weird. 2 years ago, I went to meet your family as your uncle's girlfriend. I can't go back this Thanksgiving as your girlfriend. He's really trying to convince her to go with him because he is serious about her and he does want more out of this relationship. And he feels like that is like the right step, but he doesn't want to tell his family yet that it's her. And so he's kind of playing it off to his family as like, oh, I'm going to take home the hottest girl. And I thought it was good. I liked the family dynamic. The grandmother is hilarious. Speaking of family drama, yeah, are you being dramatic? What happened? Something spooked her and she screeched and now she's all big and poofy. Anyways, so yeah, I really liked it. I liked their relationship. I liked that the conflict in here wasn't just the two of them blowing up at each other and breaking up. She was like, you've hurt my feelings. And then she's like, I need to go. They're just kind of like trying to work through it. And he's reaching out to her and it's only like 2 days. And then they have a discussion. Plus Alexandra Warren, her characters are so endearing. There's something about the way that she rates her characters where you're just like, y'all are messy, but I love you anyways. I did pick up a book 2 right away. This one is a childhood friend still over a second chance, I believe. This one opens up with our hero who is in another messy situation. Not with the heroine, but essentially his previous relationship. He got into a relationship with this woman who he didn't realize was married until the husband showed up and broke his nose. After that, him and the woman ended up still being together and she separated from her husband. And now they're breaking up. And at the beginning of the book, she like walks out on his Thanksgiving. It's going to be a romance with him and the neighbor. I think I'm like 10-12% in. I didn't get very far because I didn't start reading until like 9:45 and I was already really tired by that point. That's where we're at reading wise. Lots of good progress. So how many books down is that? I don't even know anymore. Right, apparently I did not write it down, so I'm gonna have to just think about it here. So 3 books down, and I would like to read 3 today. I think that's going to be it for the reading updates. Today, I need to finish getting ready. I need to film 2 videos. I need to set up my planner for next week and do some work on my goals. And then I'm planning to finish doing a little bit of cleaning. I just need to clean the downstairs bathroom and then wipe down the dining room a little bit. But I think that's going to be the game plan. So I'm going to go get ready and get to filming. Okay, I just finished getting ready, but I had to come back really quick and update you because I've been listening to the audiobook for You Again. I don't know if I mentioned this at all, but since I don't have any more audiobooks for this video, I decided to read one of my late arcs, and this cover is very autumnal, so I thought it fit. I am now just over halfway, and they just had their first kiss, and I got so emotional. I was just like sitting there, like half with my makeup on, just staring into space, like clutching my heart, getting all emotional over their first kiss because the slow build of them is just killing me. I'm liking it a lot. Both of these characters are hella flawed and somewhat unlikable, but they just... I love them so much. They're both grieving like the end of relationships, and that's kind of what brings them together. And they have this really hilarious banter and back and forth, and I am just really enjoying it. The whole setup of them dating the same woman and then becoming friends afterwards just really did it for me. This cover is very fall, but I'm right here, and they're at New Year's. So I don't know if the beginning was set in fall or what, but it was a little hard to tell because the way that this is broken up is you kind of jump through time over their relationship. Anyways, that's it. I'm gonna go and actually get started now that I'm ready. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes.
Alrighty. Food has been eaten. The house is now clean and ready for Thanksgiving. The only thing that is left to do is vacuuming, but my husband is actually home and napping, so I didn't want to run the vacuum too much and wake him up. I'm glad I spread it out over 3 days instead of saving it all for today. I finished my filming for the day, and now I am going to sit down and do some planner stuff. I'm gonna start by setting up my planner for next week to kind of like come down. I'm probably gonna put in my audiobook for You Again while I set up my planner. So I'm gonna go do that. I've been editing and reading and stuff, and I just finished You Again, and I'm giving this 5 stars. Look, this book is messy with a capital M. These characters are disaster hot messes. But I almost cried like 3 times while reading this book. The heroine is a commitment phobe, a relationship phobe after the disaster that was her marriage, and she truly believes that everybody is going to leave her and that she is not worthy of a forever kind of love. She reads into absolutely everything that the hero does, even though he is head over heels in love with her. And just watching them form this amazing friendship that slowly turns into more. Their chemistry was great. The tension between them was so good. And I loved the grovel at the end. I really liked how this took place over a very long period of time. Probably like a decade goes by in this book, and I thought it was done really well. The character growth for both of them was also handled really well because they do a lot of growth on their own outside of the relationship as well. It's a whole lot of messy. These 2 characters are not good communicators. They are both at like the lowest low points of their life when they finally start becoming friends, and they make a lot of bad choices, and I can see why it would grate on so many people, but I just had a great time. I loved them so much, and like I said, it made me emotional. 5 out of 5. I am going to get back to editing for another 28 minutes, and then I'm gonna go into this book by Nicole Falls, because I think I have like 45 minutes left, so I think that's going to be the game plan is we're just going to kind of do half-hour sprints here going back and forth, and I'll probably go for another couple of hours. I'm going to go get started on editing, and I'll come back to you once I start my next book.
It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars.
Just finished Thank You Next by Nicole Falls, and I'm giving this one 3 stars. I didn't like this one as much as book 1, but it was still really cute and festive for Thanksgiving. This is a childhood friends to lovers romance. We're following our hero, who is one of the 3 cousins, and at the beginning of the book, he is getting out of this really messy relationship, and it leads him to hanging out with the girl that lived in their neighborhood that he used to have a crush on when he was a teenager, and they end up sharing a kiss and go their separate ways, and both of them have kind of been hung up on this kiss for the last year, and when they make their way back to their families for Thanksgiving this year, they finally act on their attraction. It was missing a little bit of like romantic development, because this one is very much so them having this like one night together and then being like, okay, we're going to see where it goes from here. And so I was just missing the development part because it was just a little peak. Whereas in book 1, they were a semi-established relationship. I didn't have that same feeling. So this one was just okay, but it was still cute. So I am going to take a little break and grab a little water, I think, and then maybe try to read one more book. It's 9 o'clock already. I was going to edit my vlog, but I think my eyeballs are done with computers for the day. So I think I'm going to try and read Thank Me Later by Christina C. Jones before I go and take my makeup off. I don't know how long this one is. I'm assuming it'll take me less than an hour to read, so I'm gonna go do that. I just finished the last book, which was Thank Me Later by Christina C. Jones, and I'm giving this one 5 stars. I loved this one. This one was so good. This was a fake dating romance. So the hero is really jaded towards love at the beginning of the book because his ex-fiance really screwed him over and hurt him. And he's just kind of been avoiding relationships ever since. But his big law firm is very like pro family or whatever, and so he needs a date for the holiday party, and he ends up asking a friend who has this like service where if you need somebody, whether it is for an event or to help you move or whatever it is, and sometimes it is for dating, he asks her for help, and she was like, okay, cool, like I have a friend who will help you. It was the heroine, and the two of them hit it off right away, and through a series of events, she ends up having to go back to meet his family for Thanksgiving. And this one was just so sweet. Like, I felt their chemistry from the beginning. Christina C. Jones is just a real gem, and I loved this one a lot. This one was definitely my favorite. I'm going to try and squeeze in one final book before I wrap this up. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to read Stuffed or There Better Be Pie. I'm going to probably start that and then head to bed, and then I will finish it tomorrow morning and we can wrap up this vlog. So I will see you in the morning. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. My husband is at the gym with, yeah, with a friend of ours. So I probably have a uninterrupted hour before I need to like vacuum and start prepping veggies and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna sit down and try to finish Stuffed by Jessica Gadziala. I think that's the one that I started yesterday. But I'm reading on my phone because I got it through whatever Scribd became Everand, and I can't send it to my Kindle. This one I have to read on my phone. So, and I film on my phone. So I'm gonna go read for a little while. Buddy, can you wait like 2 seconds? I'm gonna go take care of these dogs as well, and get them fed and out because apparently they're gonna die. And I will check back in with you at the 50% mark. I'm just over halfway into Stuffed by Jessica Gadziala, and so far I'm really liking it. This is, I would say, a product of its time. This is written in 2016, and there's definitely some things in here that I have to look past. For one, there being a lot of HP references in here, but also some commentary on weight. The heroine is very aware of her body and weight and talking about food and things like that. So I do have to look past that. But this was written in 2016. So I'm trying to be a little bit more generous with this book because at this point it is like 7 years old. And so I'm trying to not judge it based on 2023 standards because this wasn't written in 2023. But I do want to mention it because I'm sure there are plenty of readers who wouldn't want to pick this up because of those things. So, but the romance itself is so good. The heroine has always had a crush on her brother's best friend, like ever since she was a kid, but there is a 4-year age difference between them. And so growing up, that 4-year age difference was a big deal. You know, they're 18 and she's still 14. And so that was kind of a chasm that they couldn't cross. And she hasn't been home for 6 years because of work and things like that. When she was in college, she was always working and wasn't able to afford to go home or was working during the holiday. And when she gets there, her brother's best friend is also spending the holiday with them. And she realizes that her feelings for him have not depleted. The two of them are finally at this place where they can act on their feelings because that 4-year age difference doesn't matter anymore. And she is learning that he has always seen her and had a crush on her, but as an 18-year-old knew that that was a boundary he could not cross. And that sort of like holiday stuck together brother's best friend thing is totally working for me. I like their chemistry a lot. My husband is still at the gym and it sounds like they're still going strong. So I probably have another like 30-40 minutes to read before he gets back. So I'm gonna go and try to finish it and finish my cup of coffee. And then once I'm done with that, I will wrap up this vlog because then I need to get started on Thanksgiving prep. I just finished reading Stuffed by Jessica Gadziala, and I'm actually not going to rate this one just because of some of the things in here that it's going to make it a book that I'm never going to recommend because of the things that I already mentioned. But the romance itself, I enjoyed. It was very festive and Thanksgiving-y, and I enjoyed the brother's best friend. I enjoyed their romance journey. I enjoyed the epilogue. It was very cute. And so I had a good time reading it. I just, like I said, this is never going to be one that I recommend just because of some of the things that were in here. But again, I don't hold it against this book or this author because this book is, I mean, it's from 2016. So I do want to read more from this author, particularly some of her new books, because I know that she has quite a few other books that I really want to read that have been recommended. So this is still an author that I want to read more from. It's just this isn't a book that I will ever put on like a list or anything like that, but I did enjoy my time reading it. That is going to be it for this video. Here is everything that I read over the last 72-ish hours. I got to pretty much everything that I wanted to read other than the other Jessica Gadziala book. My family is coming over in like, I don't know, 2 hours. So I need to get going on all the Thanksgiving stuff. I hope everyone that celebrates had a really amazing holiday, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.